This is a bit weird. I know, right? But we're living in very weird times. I mean, I'm filming this video, obviously, from my car. I'm just about to go line up at the supermarket. Wish me luck. It's not really the Easter I think anyone really planned or envisioned for 2020, and we've all been a little bit caught off guard because what we thought maybe was going to happen this year has really been disrupted. And this is actually the same for the original followers of Jesus right back at the very first Easter. If you think about it, these people were following Jesus. They believed he was the Son of God and he was going to, establish this kingdom on earth. What they thought that looked like was overthrowing Caesar, getting rid of Roman rule. They wouldn't have to live under that anymore, and they were going to start a revolution. It didn't kind of turn out that way. Suddenly Jesus is arrested, and now they're seeing him put up on a cross, and he's literally dying right before their eyes. And they're thinking, what? Like, this isn't right. This isn't how it's supposed to be, and this is not how things are supposed to play out. And when Jesus is up on the cross, and you probably heard this, it's one of the last things that he says. He looks up to the sky and he says, my God, why have you forsaken me? And you might look at that and think, man, Jesus was going through total separation from God, right? As he took the sins of the world upon himself, and as he died this horrible death, he felt like God had abandoned him. But really, that's not what Jesus was doing. He was actually quoting Psalm 22. So back in the day, everybody knew the Psalms. If you were raised in a Jewish culture, you didn't have the Psalms as a book. Like, we've got the Bible and apps and stuff. They didn't have any of that. They memorized it. I know. Literally, they memorized the Psalms. So if he started quoting Psalm 22, instantly people knew the whole Psalm. And if you read through it, it's this amazing picture of what is going on in that moment. And it's a prophecy, right? Because it's written by David, like hundreds to, 1,000 years before Jesus arrives. So it's this amazing prophecy in the Old Testament. It starts off, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? I feel like there's probably a lot of people around that feel that way at the moment, with everything changing and jobs being uncertain in the future. I mean, just who knows, right? And where is God sometimes? It can feel like that. But it goes on, right? And it talks about David in the psalm. He's feeling like he doesn't know where God is, and he paints this picture of everything going wrong. But really, it's this amazing prophecy of exactly what's happening to Jesus. It talks about, well, anyway, go and read it. I won't give you all the verses, but you'll see. It's literally a picture of the crucifixion predicted long ago. And Jesus is quoting this to say, go and think about the psalm and what's happening here, me dying on the cross. Don't be afraid. This is part of the story, and this is kind of what needs to happen. This is how it's going to be, and I'm okay with it. And it goes on, right? So it starts off with, my God, why have you forsaken me? But it ends with kind of a full circle. It comes back and it says, for he has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened to his cry for help. So it starts off with this feeling of like it's all gone wrong and where is God? And then it comes to this realization that even when it looks like things are going wrong, God is still there. He is the constant throughout our ups and downs of our life and of our moods and everything that happens. God doesn't abandon people in their times of need. And as the whole world is in this time of need at the moment, I think the Easter story is so important to understand that even though it may look like everything's kind of going wrong, it's not. And it doesn't mean that God isn't there and that he isn't at work in people's lives. So if you're feeling a little bit like that now, like maybe the disciples were, where this is not how it's supposed to be and this is not the plan that we thought was going to play out, maybe read Psalm 22 and hang on to that verse 24. He has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him. He has listened to his cry for help. He heard theirs, and he hears yours too.